Hey guys, how's it going? It's Pebble here. Just bring you my build update that I've been playing Synthesis League. I'm playing a Death Oath occultist, and it's been pretty awesome. Haven't played much this league. I took a break at the beginning of the league because the league was terrible. It's way better now, and it's actually pretty amazing now. So I've been playing a lot more, and I just wanted to showcase what I've been doing. So I'm just going to go ahead and take you through a quick map. Just do quantity here. Just show you what the build's like to run through. This one is super easy. Literally don't have to do much. And yeah, it's pretty amazing. Got a little breach here, might as well do that. You literally just run around, watch things explode on your screen, pick up loot. Take 'em. Damage is basically passive. Where are the breach monsters? Take 'em. Breach was pretty terrible. Alright, carrying on. Oh yeah, and I've been doing Elder Glacier just because the mob counts insane. You can't. It's a real short, fast map, and I've been trying to maximize my time in the Nexus map, basically. So that's why I chose to do this map, and it's been pretty good so far. So
I thirsted for adventure my entire life, but I suppose at 82, the most I can do now is walk along the village plateau. Take 'em.
Let's add a little bit. As you can see, it handles this sort of stuff pretty well. Get around there. Good. Take 'em. Okay, and okay, this is a weird layout one, but that's okay. Take 'em. Take 'em. Yes, we do Tiny Tina with Borderlands loot filter. Sorry about that. Yeah, this build super safe. You can do all content, mapping. Take 'em. Super easy, super fast, a lot of fun. Did I? Oh my goodness. Wait, what? Hello? Oh, that was weird. Almost done. Okay. That's it. Now I'm just going to show you a quick. Let's do not you.
Shh! Keep your voice down.
Let's do a quick eco run. Runs. This is also a pretty amazing one to run through the. Yeah, this. Yeah, it's really good for running this sort of stuff. I haven't got really far because obviously doing less and less delving now, but still it's pretty good. this you really just run straight through. Easy peasy, can do it like this if you want. Go to the side zones, no problems. That was a waste of time. Yeah. And the real idea about this build is everything is dead. I don't really take much damage, so looks on your way here. And it feels good running through things and watching them explode. And yeah, that's pretty much how you play the character. Yep. So, let's go back to our hideout and we'll go through this gear and that. So yeah, let's go start with gear. So this is what sets the build apart that are from other Deathos build. I'm using 2 obliteration ones. These give you a 20% chance when you kill an enemy for them to explode, dealing a quarter of their maximum life as chaos damage. So we use 2 of those. These are corrupted. You don't need the corrupt, it's just a nice little bit of extra AoE. Yeah, so we use it as a primary weapon. Of course, we've got Death Oath. So we're doing 0 dot damage. I'm sure everyone knows about Death Oath's build. Yes, so getting the 6 off colors is pretty easy these days. I mean, well, 5 off colors, 1 red. So I've just got basic Swift Affliction, Efficacy, Void Manipulation, Concentrate Effect, Arcane Surge, so that you use Arcane Surge so that it gets a duration tag, so you can use the duration gems, and less duration. Bog standard Death Oath setup, basically. Yeah, then it's just basically ES gear for the rest of the pieces. This is also with the fossil crafted 9% chaos, minus 9% chaos res. Normal stats, resistances, energy shield, amulet. Same with the rings. Anything extra I have is the aspect of the spider on this ring. Boots, plain energy shield boots, movement speed, gloves. I'm using Telepathy's sorcerer gloves. This gives me my light, and I'm using a efficacy control destruction, cast while channeling, and soul rend. This is your sort of tougher enemy / map boss damaging ability. Belts just to mainly using this belt. It's got the 9% increased maximum energy shield, 45 max energy shield, resist, and a lot of strength. That's why I'm mainly using it. You do need to get strength in some of your gear to be able to equip this. It's got 180 strength requirement. Yeah. Other links I'm using, I've got faster casting flame dash. Normally you wouldn't need to use this, but in synthesis it's a must-have. I've got Enfeeble Blasphemy as one of my auras. In my helm, I'm using Discipline, Malevolence, Enlighten, Clarity. Yeah, and do basic chaos damage over time sort of gear. Flasks, I'm using a Witchfire Brew, so I'm using that because I've got 2 curses. Basically, this is how I use my Despair Curse. It's hard fitting in Despair Curse and Blasphemy with this build, so this just works pretty fine. And yes, so seems to work great. So that's what I've been using. I've got the Dying Sun. Dying Sun gives me a bit more AoE on my death explosions, and also when you pop it, and then you know, you get a bit of quality life on the Soul Rend. Just got a Jade Flask with freeze removal, and a Sulphur Flask with bleed removal, and a quick Alchemist Quicksilver Flask with warning for curse and speed. Other option is get curse removal on another flask that you replace the Dying Sun with, and then you can get the Alchemist Quicksilver Flask with Adrenaline for some extra speed. You lose the quality of life, a bit of AoE here. So either one, I've sort of tested them both, and I think I prefer the Dying Sun overall, and having the extra movement speed. Oh yes, I forgot gems on the weapons. So got normal casting damage taken, Mortal Vortex on here. And here I'm using Phase Run with an enhance and increased duration. Basically because of my skill effect duration I have, plus frenzy charges I get, pretty much have Phase Run up all the time, and it's an extra 62% movement speed. So yeah, really nice thing to have. And because it's instant cast, and also because you're not using abilities, you don't know, it doesn't get interrupted. So basically, it's just a free 62% movement speed that's up all the time. So yeah, it's definitely a must-have for a build like this. Yeah. So that's pretty much the gear. The only other thing is I do have a weapon swap. Not mandatory, and you can use some other things here, but I'm using a 6-link essence drain here in this bow, which is basically got the +1 level of socketed gems, synthesized mod, and multi-mod of the breast. Multi-mods are really nice. You can get the non-ammo chaos damage over time, the huge increased chaos damage one with the increased skill effect duration. I've got the +2 socket support gems and the trigger socket spell. So basically, when I weapon swap and I use my Blight Soul Rend, it also fire a Essence Drain. So use that for the tougher map bosses, that sort of thing. You switch that and just melt them down. I'm using this quiver just because when I weapon swap, I don't have my custom damage taken, and so this is an easy way to be able to keep that going. You could also use the energy shield quivers, but I decided to opt for this. I felt it was a bit better overall, having the extra 3 socket. And yeah. So passive tree, sure, fairly standard chaos damage over time. Energy shield, passive tree, all the energy shield nodes here, area effect nodes here. Because you're a Death Aura build, you have basically all the Aura nodes, all the Chaos nodes, Energy Shield nodes, Chaos nodes, damage, Energy Shield, area effect, whatever nodes these are. Yeah, so here, grab the Aura nodes here. Go down here, grab all the Aura nodes here, the Chaos damage nodes here, Energy Shield evasion nodes here. I've got the skill effect wheel here, area effect nodes here, curse node, so I can have the extra curse, curse damage nodes here, aura nodes here. We also, of course, get spiritual aid, just another nice boost to damage. And remember, when you're scaling these chaos explosions, it has to be the chaos damage or normal damage multipliers. So this is a nice damage multiplier, not multiplier, but damage increase for the life explosions on the enemies. And jewels I'm using, so here I've got Spreading Rot. This lets your Blight basically cast Wither at the same time. It's pretty amazing. Here I'm using Intuitive Leap. So I'm using Intuitive Leap here so I can grab the Overcharge node. This node is just, plain amazing. Like 1 point here. That's any like passive killing, like Rush File, that kind of nodes just easily get power, frenzy, and endurance charges when you're mapping. And I just grabbed the melding, 10% extra energy shield, you might as well. And in here I do have a Watcher's Eye with the Clarity mod, extra energy shield from your mana. Just socket it there. Just you only need level 1. And as you can see, I can cast this as much as I want as well. No problems with mana there. Yeah, and that's pretty much the character. Now, Ascendancy. So basically, take Profane Bloom, which stacks on with your Obliteration horns. You get Void Beacon for the -20 casters and no life regen for enemies, and all the energy shield nodes. Yeah, it's the ones I've tested out and it seems to be the best between Malediction and Void Beacon, because you've got Malevolence and Aspect of the Spider now. I think you don't need that extra curse at all and the Malediction anymore. What else is there? Yes, so basically use this mapping. This will do mapping off, no problems, delving, no problems, everything pretty much no problems. Now the big bosses, Guardians, Shaper, Uber Elder, those sort of bosses, easy peasy swap here. This 6-linked 700 ES, almost 750 ES Battle Galio is like less than 3x these days. And so you can easily swap this. All you do is you swap your chest piece, boom, and then you can go fight the main bosses of the game. No problemo. All you need to do is remember to swap back. I do have this amulet, because the thing is when you unequip this, you lose 50 attributes on each, and that normally means I don't have enough strength, so I throw this on, and I can re-equip my Death Oath. But yeah, and in here I've just got a 6-link Bane, basically, because when you're boss fighting, your Witch Fiber isn't going to be up all the time. You need to have that Despair Curse in there. So I've got Bane, Despair, Efficacy, Control Destruction, Void Manipulation, and Swift Affliction. And yeah, you can melt most bosses with this setup. Throw this on, cast your Bane, and then just go to town with Soul Ren. Soul Ren Blight, sorry, and Soul Rending, you're Blighting, you're Withering, and you've got your big Bane dot going. Easy peasy. And so that's the build. I'm going to put up a build guide, and I'll put up a few other videos. Next build should come soon, hopefully. And yes, thanks for tuning in. Alright, thanks guys. See ya.